Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. We are reading verse number 31 and 32. So, verse number 31. But before we get started, I would like to give some context to what is being discussed here. Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared in Nadia 500 years ago. And right now, he's just a small little boy. He's still very naughty. He is running and doing mischief. He is just like we have Bal Gopal, we have our Bal Gaura Gopal. He's Bal Gaura Gopal. He's very naughty young boy, small child. Maybe he is around 2 years old, 1.5 to 2 years old. And he's running around and doing a lot of mischief. He has an elder brother, Vishwarup, and his parents, Shashi Mata and Jagannath Mishra. They are a very simple Brahman family. From external point of view, they are not very affluent. They are very simple. They don't have so much money. But just by doing his Brahminical duties, Jagannath Mishra is earning some wealth and he's maintaining his family. Very simply, very honestly. There are two types of people who visit us. There are Atithis and there is Abhyagat. One who comes without any warning, without any prior notice is called Atithi. And those who tell in advance and then come, they are called Abhyagat. One day, at the house of Jagannath Mishra, a very special Atithi came. Sri Jagannath Mishra just found this Atithi at his doorstep. And he is described as a very effulgent, very spiritually powerful Brahman. And he had two deities that he always carried around his neck. One was a small deity of Bala Gopal, Laddu Gopal. And the second deity was a Gopal Shaligram Shila. Gopal Shaligram Shila is very smooth and round. It's called Gopal. There are different types of Shaligram Shilas. All of them are Krishna, but they have different names. They can be Keshav, they can be Govinda Shaligram Shila, they can be Damodar Shaligram Shila, Gopal Shaligram Shila, like that. All forms of Krishna. So this was a Gopal Shaligram Shila. Usually it is medium size and smooth round. And then he had a small metal deity of Bal Gopal also. So Bal Gopal and Gopal Shaligram Shila. Gopal was the Ishtadev of this Brahman Vaishnav. And he was in the mood of Vatsalya Prem. He loved Krishna as his own child. That was his bhav. There are 4 main rasas that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives. Dasya, servitude; Sakhya, friendship; Vatsalya, parental love; and Madhurya, conjugal love. So, this Brahman, he came to the house of Jagannath Mishra, and Jagannath Mishra, even though he was a very poor Brahman, his only possession was the cloth that he was wearing and his 2 deities that he would always carry around his neck. He tied them in a cloth bag and carried them around his neck. Jagannath Mishra was very happy to receive him. And he immediately welcomed him, gave him a nice place to sit, gave him some water, and requested that please you use our kitchen and cook and then feed your deities, and then you also take nice prasad. This was the custom. Sincere devotees generally don't eat food cooked by others unless they know that the person who is cooking is very well situated in devotion. Because if someone doesn't have good bhajan and we eat food cooked by them, then we get contaminated by their consciousness. So those who are serious spiritualists, they are very careful where they eat from. So Jagannath Mishra and Shachi Mata knew that this Brahman will not eat food anywhere. He's traveling, he goes to so many places. So he had a rule. Only what I cook and I offer to my Gopal, I will eat. So they said, use our kitchen. We will clean the kitchen nicely, give you fresh pots. We will give you fresh, nice ingredients, rice, sabji, ghee, milk, and you cook. You feed your Gopal and then you take Mahaprasad. Please, you have come to our house as our guest. We want you to eat nicely. And we want to serve your deities also. The Brahman agreed, whatever you say. And then the kitchen was cleaned by Shachi Mata. Jagannath Mishra went and got all the ingredients for cooking. Firewood, ghee, grains, dal, sabji, everything. Milk, pots, spoons. So this Brahman, he sat down and he nicely cooked in the kitchen with so much love. Our Vaishnavacharyas say that when we cook for Krishna, it's an exclusive activity. We should not be just talking, speaking, discussing, and cooking for Krishna. There is a very great Rasik Vaishnava Acharya in Vrindavan. Once he was cooking for his Ishtadev, Radha Vallabh. And one person who was very learned in the Shastra, Tarki, he used to argue and debate. He was very well learned in all the scriptures. He came to debate with this Vaishnava Acharya. So when he came, he entered the kitchen and started asking questions to this Acharya who was cooking for Krishna. The Acharya immediately took some water and put it on the fire in the chulha. He extinguished the fire, doused the fire, stopped the cooking, turned towards this visitor who had come, and then started discussing with him. So that visiting scholar, he said, "Arey, why you stopped cooking? You could have continued your cooking and then spoken to me simultaneously." He said, "Nahi. Prem gali ati sakhari, tame do na samay." The lane of love is very narrow. Two cannot fit in that. Either I can cook for Radha Vallabh or I can talk to you. I cannot talk to you and cook for my Pran Vallabh. Prem gali ati sakhari, tame do na samay. We cannot multitask. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kuru nandana. Bahushaka hi anantasya buddhayo avyavasaya. So this Brahman, he sat down and he cooked with full love and attention. And we come to verse number 31. Santoshe Brahmana vara kariya randhana vasilena krishne re karite nivedana. Santoshe Brahmana vara, with great satisfaction, with great happiness. Brahmana vara means the best. The best among the Brahman. What did he do? Santoshe Brahmana vara kariya randhana. Randhana means to cook. He cooked for his Gopal. Vasilena krishne re karite nivedana. And then he offered naivedya. Naivedya means you do nivedan, you pray to Krishna to please accept the offering. So with great satisfaction, great love, he cooked. Then he sat down and offered all that he had cooked to Krishna. Santoshe Brahmana vara kariya randhana vasilena krishne re karite nivedana. Satisfied with the arrangements given by Sri Jagannath Mishra and Srimati Shachi Mata, the great Brahman Vaishnava cooked and then sat down to make an offering to Krishna. Verse number 32. Sarva bhuta antaryami Shri Shachi Nandana Mane Ache Viprere Dibena Darashana. This is the heart of our discussion today, my dear friends. This line of Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. Mane Ache Viprere Dibena Darashana. We will talk on this point today. Sarva bhuta antaryami Shri Shachi Nandana. Shri Shashinandan Gaurahari is Sarva bhuta antaryami. He is in everyone's heart as the antaryami. Sarvasya chaham ridhi sannivishto. Krishna, Gaura Krishna, is in everyone's heart as Paramatma. Sarva Bhuta Antaryami Shri Shachi Nandana. He could understand the love of the Brahman Vaishnav, the Kanthi Gopal, who had cooked with so much love and who was offering Naivedya with so much love. Being Antaryami, Krishna could taste the flavor of his pure devotion and love. So therefore, Mane Ache Viprere Dibena Darashana. Mane Ache Viprere Dibena Darashana. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu decided, Mane Ache, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu decided, Viprere Dibena Darashana. Today I will give darshan to this Brahman. Haribol. So Krishna is in our heart. Krishna knows our sincerity. Krishna knows our devotion. And the day Krishna is satisfied, the day Radharani is satisfied with our bhajan, Yugala Kishore, Radha Sham Sundar will give us darshan. This is the proof. Mane ache viprere dibena darashana. So what is the qualification to have darshan of Radha Sham Sundar? That is the point of discussion today, my dear friends. I am myself, I don't know how many millions of lifetimes away from this goal, Prema Pumarto Mahan. But this is definitely our goal, to serve Radha Sham Sundar and to have their darshan. Ei nivedana dharo sakhir anugata karo seva adhikara diye koro nijadasi. Shri Radha Govinda Preme Sada. The Tulsi Arti describes that we want to stay in the Nikunjas of Vrindavan and with our eyes, Nayane Heribo Sada Yugala Ruparashi. We have, with our eyes, we want to constantly see Radha Govinda, and we want to serve them under the guidance of the Sakhis. Lalita Vishaka Sakhi, Jato Sakhi Vrinda, Agyaya Koribo Seva Charanaravinda. We want to serve under the guidance of Lalita and Vishaka Sakhi. We want to serve Radha Sham Sundar. So, how does one get the darshan of Radha Sham Sundar? That is the point of discussion. When will Radha Sham Sundar be pleased with our bhajan and they will agree to become visible to us? Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu Me. When will Jagannath give darshan to us? So I would like to discuss two stories, and both these stories are from Bhaktamal of Shri Nabhadas ji, and we will get inspiration by hearing these stories, and we will understand what pleases Krishna. It doesn't matter whether we are in a male body or we are in a female body. It doesn't matter whether we are very educated or not educated. It doesn't matter whether we are beautiful or we are not so beautiful in the eyes of the people of this world. It doesn't matter, my dear friends. Jivera Swarup hai Krishnera Nityadas. It is our nature, everyone's nature, to be a love intoxicated servant of Radha Sham Sundar. That's who we are. Gopi Bhartu Pada Kamalayor Dasa Dasa Anudasa. In Bhaktamal, Shri Nabhadas ji writes about two girls. Would you like to hear the story of two girls? Two girls, young, small, little girls. Like we have Purnima and Ananya here. They are small, little girls from India. And there are two girls mentioned in Bhaktamal. And they were friends, just like Purnima and Ananya. They were very good friends. They lived in the same village. Please listen carefully. One girl was the daughter of the king. She was the princess. And her best friend was the daughter of a big zamindar. So both came from very rich aristocratic families. And from their childhood, they were best friends. They were inseparable. They would play together. They would go everywhere together. They would eat together. They would study together. They were best friends, these two girls. And both were very rich and very beautiful. One was a daughter of the king, and one was the daughter of a landlord, zamindar. Now the king was a devotee. The father of one of these girls, he was a devotee. And the father of the other girl, the zamindar, he was also a devotee. So they would invite sadhus and receive them very nicely. Just like we are reading in Caitanya Bhagavat, Sri Caitanya Bhagavat, that this Brahman Vaishnav came to the house of Jagannath Mishra and Shachi Mata, and how nicely they welcomed him, received him, and gave all facilities for him to do his service to his Gopal. Similarly, the king, he was very much welcoming to all the traveling Vaishnav sadhus. One day, a very, very great devotee from Vrindavan came to the kingdom of this king. As soon as the king came to know, immediately he went personally, offered his Dandavat Pranam to this sadhu and received him. Unbelievable. I am not working today, still the phone keeps ringing. I'm going to silence it. Hare Krishna. Shri Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Namaha. So just like how Jagannath Mishra welcomed this Brahman, the king also welcomed this Brahman. And this Brahman Vaishnav who had come, he was a very, very great sannyasi. He was wearing saffron cloth. Very great sannyasi, very traditional sannyasi, Tridandi sannyasi. And he was from Vrindavan, Shridham Vrindavan. And his worshipable deity also, just like we are reading in Sri Caitanya Bhagavat, his worshipable deity also was a Shaligram Shila. He loved his Gopal Shaligram Shila. Nice, beautiful, round Shaligram Shila. Very shiny, very nice. And he traveled with his Gopal everywhere, this sannyasi. The Shaligram Shila, Gopal, was his life and soul. Wherever he traveled, he would make nice arrangements and he would place his Gopal Shaligram Shila in a nice asan, and he would engage everyone in serving his Thakurji, his Gopalji. So now he came to the kingdom of this king who had a daughter, and the Zamindar who also had a daughter. They were best friends. So in that kingdom, this sannyasi came with his Shaligram Shila. The king immediately received him and said, Sannyasi Maharaj, you must stay in our palace. So the sannyasi said, I cannot stay in your palace, but I will stay in your courtyard outside for a few days, and I will speak Krishna Katha. So the king said, okay, what arrangements can I do? The sannyasi said, I don't need any arrangement, but make nice arrangements for my Shaligram Shila. Now nobody had seen a Shaligram Shila in that kingdom, because Shaligram Shila in those days, remember, now we can just, there are so many ways, I don't even want to say, there are so many ways of getting a Shaligram Shila nowadays with the internet. But in those days, someone had to actually go high up in the Himalayan mountains on the northern side of Nepal also, Muktinath. And from the Gandaki river, one has to get a Shaligram Shila. It's a very, very difficult, arduous journey. So Shaligram Shilas were very rarely found. And this traveling sannyasi had a Shaligram Shila. And he would worship very nicely. So the sannyasi said, make arrangement for my Shaligram Shila. Now nobody had seen a Shaligram Shila. The king did not know much about Shaligram Shila. So sannyasi explained that Shaligram Shila is Sakshat Krishna. Shaligrama Shila yantu Sakshat Shri Krishna Sevanam. Padma Puran describes that Shaligram Shila is Sakshat Krishna of Vrindavan. Shaligrama Shila yantu Sakshat Shri Krishna Sevanam. Nityam Sannihistas Tatra Vasudeva Jagadguru. That eternally, Nitya, eternally, Krishna remains as Shaligram Shila. There is no need of doing Prana Pratisthapana of a Shaligram Shila. Anyone who wants this verse, just message me. I will share it with you later. This is a pranam mantra for Shaligram Shilas. Shaligrama Shilayantu Sakshad Shri Krishna Sevanam. Shaligram Sheva is Sakshad Shri Krishna Seva. So, this sannyasi explained to the king that Shaligram Shila, there is no need of doing Pran Pratisthapana. It's already Krishna. So, Sakshat Krishna has come to your kingdom in the form of the Shaligram Shila. Please make first class arrangements. So the king asked the sannyasi, what do you need? He said, I need Ganga Jal. I need lots of tulsi leaves and tulsi manjaris. I need the best quality fragrance, attar that you have, fragrance, made with natural oil. No alcohol or some chemicals, preservatives. Pure natural attar I want. Give me the most fragrant and beautiful looking, colorful flowers that you have. Fresh seasonal fruits that you have in your kingdom. And vegetables and milk you give me. And I will serve my Shaligram Shila. So this sannyasi actually showed the whole kingdom how to worship Shaligram Shila. So the whole kingdom would come every day and watch how this sannyasi would do abhishek with Ganga Jal, how he would offer tulsi leaves and manjaris to Shaligram Shila, how he would take chandan stick and make sandalwood paste and apply a nice with a tulsi stick. Now listen carefully. With a tulsi stick and freshly made sandalwood paste, he would draw beautiful eyes, nose, smiling face, gopi dots on the Shaligram Shila. He would decorate the Shaligram Shila with his own hands every day, new shringar, and then offer different flowers, tulsi leaves. He would chant different Vedic mantras, speak the beautiful pastimes of Krishna from Srimad Bhāgavata, do Krishna Katha, do Krishna Kirtan for the pleasure of Shaligram Shila. He would cook the most wonderful preparations for Shaligram Shila and offer. He would make the most beautiful garlands of fragrant, beautiful, colorful, fresh flowers for Shaligram Shila. And these two girls are playing. These girls are hardly 5-6 years old. Something like our Nimai. Nimai is even younger. And they are playing. Now for several days, they are very keenly observing this Shaligram Shila and how the Shaligram Shila is to be worshipped. And that Shaligram Shila is Sakshat Krishna. And they are participating in the Kirtan. They are participating in hearing nice Katha about this Krishna. And the sannyasi engages them, the citizens of that kingdom, in the service of Shaligram Shila. He tells them, okay, you make garlands. Every 1 hour we will change garlands. So different devotees can bring garlands and everyone will get to offer their garland to Shaligram. Everyone can make tulsi leaf garland also. You have tulsi plants in your house? Okay, bring a garland of tulsi leaves. Everyone was engaged in the service of Shaligram Shila for several days. Kirtan, Katha, everyone heard. The king, the zamindar, all the citizens, they were completely enamored and mesmerized by Bhakti. Now this is what happens, my dear friends. When there is a Krishna Premi Jan, when a devotee has love for Krishna, wherever that devotee, he or she travels with their deities, wherever they go, we have seen people get infused with their bhakti. I have seen this. It is not proper to name, but so many places our Amarendra Prabhu travels with Bhanunandini Shri Krishna. I have seen there are devotees in different cities. They love Bhanunandini Shri Krishna. They want darshan. They send gifts for Bhanunandini. Because the worshipper has love for the Ishtadev. Wherever the worshipper goes, he or she infuses the congregation with that love. And everybody develops attraction for Krishna. This is seen. This is fact. Ladini Mataji also, wherever she would travel with her Jagannath, devotees who didn't know much about Jagannath, they became Jagannath Premi. They started loving, they said, we also want to serve Jagannath. This bhakti is infectious. So my dear friends, because this sannyasi had so much love for Gopal, had so much love for Krishna, has so much love for Shaligram Shila, his bhakti transcendentally infected everyone. And everyone started becoming devotees of Krishna, especially these two girls. Their life changed forever after the sannyasi visited. They got so attracted to Shaligram Shila. Oh, how beautifully he looks when his face is painted. How smooth and shiny and sweet and innocent this Gopal is. We also want our own Shaligram Shila. 5-year-old girls, best friends. Both of them, they went to the sannyasi when the sannyasi was about to leave. Sannyasis don't stay for more than few days in one. So he took his Shaligram Shila and he was about to leave. When he was about to leave, the girls couldn't imagine their life now without Shaligram Shila, without Krishna. They said, no, we also want Krishna. We also want to worship Krishna in the form of Shaligram Shila only. You please give us. You go to Vrindavan, where you came from, and you bring us a Shaligram Shila. He said, no, Baba, Shaligram Shila is not to be found in Vrindavan. It is found in Gupta Vrindavan. Because this Muktinath or Kali Gandaki river in Nepal, where Shaligram Shila is found, that is Gupta Vrindavan. Shripad Ayandar Prabhu explains it is Gupta Vrindavan. And he tells the story from Garga Samhita of how Shaligram Shila appeared in this world. Of course, we don't have time to discuss that, but it has to do with a very beautiful Leela of Radha and Krishna. So Shaligram Shila is Krishna, and that river Gandaki is Radharani's love. Therefore, Shaligram Shila are only found in that river, because Krishna is only there where there is Radharani. Krishna Premamayi Radha, Radha Premamayo Hari. So he said, no, this Shaligram Shila is very difficult to... No, we want Shaligram Shilas. And they both went to their fathers, the Zamindar and the king, the girls. And they started crying. They gave up eating and drinking. They said, no, we cannot live without our Thakurji. We cannot live without Shaligram. We want Shaligram. We want Shaligram. We want to worship Shaligram. The king and the Zamindar went to the sannyasi. And they told that these girls are not listening. They want to have their own Shaligram Shilas now, because you are going with your Shaligram Shila. Sannyasi said, I cannot do anything. I don't have any Shaligram Shila. I cannot give. So the king said, can you give your Shaligram Shila? Can you gift your Shaligram Shila to my daughters? Because they are crying. They are not eating. They are serious. They will not drink water. They will not eat. Please. He said, are you crazy? You think I can live without my Krishna? I will die, but I will not give my Shaligram Shila to anyone. I will always worship my Shaligram Shila. I cannot part with them. They are my Ishtha, my worshipable deities. So what to do? What to do? The king and the Zamindar, they were very worried. What to do now? These girls are crying so much. They are rolling on the ground, weeping and crying and sobbing. What to do? The sannyasi said, all right, let's do this. I will have one more meal in your kingdom before I leave your kingdom with my Shaligram. So let me go to the river and I will take bath and I will come. Then we'll talk. So he went to the river to take a bath and he was praying to Krishna. That Krishna, these girls are innocent, but they are sincere. They are balish. They are ignorant about the vidhi of Shaligram Seva. They may not know the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. They may not know Narad Pancharatra, but they are innocent. They are ignorant, but they are innocent. One who is ignorant but innocent is called balish. Balish. And what does a Madhyamadikari do for those who are balish? Kripa. Prema Maitri, Kripa Upeksha. Upeksha is for Vaishnava Dveshis, Krishna Dveshis. Prem is for Krishna. Maitri is for Krishna Bhaktas. And those who are balish, Kripa. So these girls were becoming devotees. In the last 2-3 days, they had become devotees. So they were balish, but they were becoming devotees. So definitely they were qualified for receiving the Kripa, Sadhu Kripa. So the sannyasi, when he went to take his bath in the river, he was praying to Krishna. Krishna, I want to help these two girls. Now you inspire me what I should do for these two girls. So in his heart, Krishna inspired. That all right. On this very river bank, just pick up 2 ordinary stones, not Shaligram, 2 ordinary stones. And you cheat the girls by telling them that this is Shaligram. And tell them to worship. He got this inspiration in his heart. So he was very happy. He took his bath and he searched on the river bank and he found 2 ordinary stones. They were little dark in color because Shaligram Shilas generally are blackish in color. Sham Sundar. So he found 2 little dark colored stones. He took his bath, put on his Dwadash Tilak, and nicely he came. Okay, is the lunch prasad ready? Yes, Maharaj, it is ready. Okay, but I have some good news. He called the 2 girls. Come here. I have good news for you. Krishna answered your prayers. Krishna appeared to me as Shaligram Shila for both of you. And he, from his cloth, he removed those 2 stones. He had just picked up ordinary stones from the river bank. These 2 are Shaligram Shilas. And both of you can have one each and you can worship them. These girls were so excited. Shaligram, Krishna has come. We have our own Shaligram. Now we will worship. So they with so much excitement and joy, they took the Shaligram Shila from this sannyasi. Said, but sannyasi Maharaj, your Shaligram Shila is called Gopal. What is the name of these Shaligram Shilas? Can you give them a name? So this pastime took place somewhere in Orissa. So they asked this sannyasi that what is the name of the Shaligram Shilas? Now the sannyasi he was not ready for this. He had to quickly think something so that the girls will not suspect. So he said, oh, these Shaligram Shilas, they are called Shilpille. So in Orissa, Pilla means a small child. Like how we ask, how many children do you have? In Orissa, they say, how many Pilla you have? Pilla. In Hindi, Pilla can mean like a puppy, a small dog. Pilla. But no. In Orissa, Pilla means how many children you have. Kitne Pille hai? Means how many children do you have? So Pilla means a child. Now he had a big, nice, round Gopal Shaligram Shila, and he got two small pebbles. So these are like Pilla. These are like little stones. Shila means stone, and Pilla means small Shilas, baby Shilas, for these two little girls. So he called them Shilpille. So their name is Shilpille. Now, if you look through the Shastra, if you look through Gopal Sahasranam or Vishnu Sahasranam, or there is Ram Sahasranam also, there is Narsimha Sahasranam also, there is Radha Sahasranam. Nowhere you will find this name of Krishna as Shilpilla. So these are Shilpille. Their name is Shilpille. So both of you worship. So they were ordinary stones and ordinary name, not a Bhagavati name, not a Shastric name, just Shilpille. So these two girls started worshipping those two stones as Shaligram Shila, as Sakshat Krishna, and what is the name? Shilpille. And they were chanting also, Shilpille, Shilpille. Always, has Shilpille eaten? Has Shilpille bathed? Oh, today Shilpille will like to eat this. Oh, today let me make this flower garland for Shilpille, Mogra garland. No, today I will make a lily garland. Today I will make a lotus garland for Shilpille, 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 Shilpille. So they would bathe their Shilpille. They would massage them with fragrant oil, attar. They would offer tulsi leaves, flowers to their Shilpille. They would cook for the Shilpille. They learned how to cook for the Shilpille at the age of 5. And they would cook different preparations and offer with love to their Shilpille. The sannyasi left, life continued. Day after day, their love and attachment for Shilpille kept on increasing. And the king, the queen, the zamindar's wife, all the citizens, they thought that these two girls are innocent, they are childish, and how kids play with soft toy. This is just a passing fad. After a few years, when they grow up, they will outgrow this fad of worshipping Shilpille. What is Shilpille? And the sannyasi told the king and the zamindar that these are not Shaligram Shilas. The girls think that they are Shaligram, but they are not Shaligram. They are just ordinary stones I picked up from the river. But see, if they worship, because they are worshipping with faith, Krishna will give some benefit to them. And even if they don't worship in the future, because see, Shaligram Shila is Akhanda. You can never stop or pause Shaligram Shila. Every day they have to be bathed, every day they have to be worshipped, every day they have to be fed bhoga. So if these girls, let's say, tomorrow, after a few days, they lose their interest in deity worship and they stop worshipping this Shilpille, still there is no offense because they are not Bhagavan. They are not Shaligram Shilas. Also, the sannyasi said that some people say that ladies should not worship Shaligram Shila. So nobody can criticize because these are not Shaligram Shilas. The girls think Shaligram, but they are not Shaligram. So I'm giving these two stones, let them worship. If they worship, there is benefit. If they don't worship, there is no loss. There is no aparadh. So the king and the zamindar, they understood. They were very happy. Thank you, Sannyasi ji, you are so intelligent. Sannyasi left, life continued. These two girls, day by day, they became more and more dedicated and attached to their Shilpilla. Shilpille. Now, let's talk about the zamindar's daughter first. Bhaktamal describes. As the girls started growing up, their love for Shilpille kept on increasing. And every day they would come together and they would discuss. The two friends are coming together and what are they discussing? Mat chitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti chara. They are doing Shilpille katha. One girl tells the other friend, today I cooked this for Shilpilla. She would say, today I made this for Shilpille. Today Shilpille was looking like this. Today Shilpille was smiling too much. They would talk about Shilpille whenever they would meet. What was happening was, the two girls did not know, but this Zamindar, the father of one of the girls, he was the eldest brother, and he had a younger brother who was very envious of his elder brother. And he wanted to usurp all the property and wealth of his elder brother, the Zamindar. Zamindar's younger brother was very envious, very cruel. So he paid money and hired some gundas to rob the house of the Zamindar. So one day, in broad daylight, armed with swords and choppers and knives, some goons stormed into the house of the Zamindar when this girl was playing outside with her friend. They stormed inside the house, and at knife point, they robbed and took away everything. Now, this Zamindar's daughter and the king's daughter, both of them, they got very beautiful small golden boxes made for their Shilpilla. Because the sannyasi said that Shaligram Shila, you just bathe them, do Shringar, worship them, Arti, Kirtan, feed them Bhoga, and then put them to rest. That is Shaligram Seva. That's what the sannyasi used to do. So they said, we also want to do the same thing. So they got a very special box made for their Shilpille, made of gold, studded with different gems, and nice resham chadar inside. And they would worship Shaligram Shila, and then they would keep the Shilpille inside that box, and with tulsi and flowers, and keep them to rest. So now they are playing outside, and the Shilpille are in that golden box when the dacoits came. So the dacoits took away the treasury, took away all the money, gold coins, jewelry that everybody was wearing, anything that was valuable in the house of the Zamindar. The dacoits took everything. And obviously, in a nice prominent place in the center of the house, this girl had kept her Shilpille. They just picked up that box. The box was closed. They just picked up the box. They thought it's a jewelry box. And they put it among all the loot, put it in a bag, and they ran away. Now the Zamindar and his wife, they were sitting, and the elder brother, sister, they were sitting and they were crying. Oh, everything has been lost in one sweep. In those days, there was no banks and nothing. Whatever is there is at home. All the wealth is gone. You are Kangal. You become a pauper. Everything is taken away. It was all hard cash and hard jewelry. So everything was taken away. And they were crying that, oh, overnight we have become paupers. We have nothing now. All our money is gone. They were crying. And this girl comes. And she sees her elder brother, sister, her mother, father. Everybody is lamenting and crying. She asked, what happened? What happened? Oh, there was a dacoity in our house and everything was stolen. Everything was stolen. Are my Shilpille okay? First, her thing was very Shilpille. Shilpille are not there. Where are Shilpille? Where is Shilpille? Where is Shilpille? She started crying and wailing. And the parents said, what are you doing, you crazy girl? What Shilpille, you're crying. We have lost all our gold, all our silver, all our diamonds, all our pearls, all our gold coins. We have lost everything. And you're worried about your Shilpille? Who cares about that piece of stone? Ooh, this girl was heartbroken to hear this. She started crying even more. My Shilpille, my Shilpille, my Shilpille have been taken away. Shilpille. Started crying. Again, she gave up eating and drinking. I will not eat. I will not drink. I want my Shilpille, my Shilpille. Where are they? I keep them with so much love. Now where they must be? Whoever has taken them, will they feed him? He must be hungry. Shilpille. How can I eat without him? Shilpille, she would cry. Now the Zamindar carried out his own private investigation. And he heard from reliable sources that his younger brother was the culprit of the dacoity. So he knew that his younger brother is very cruel, he's very resourceful, very powerful. So I cannot confront him, but maybe with love, I can get my money back. And he saw his daughter crying. So he told his daughter, listen, I have proof that this dacoitry that happened in our house was the job of your Chachaji. It is your uncle only who has done this. Your Chacha has done it. Now he has a soft corner for you because you are the Bhatiji, you are the niece. He has a soft corner for you. He hates me, but he has a soft corner for you. I cannot go. Your mother cannot go, but you can go. He has taken your shilpille. Now the zamindar wanted his money back. He didn't care about the shilpille. But to tell the girl, to somehow entice the girl into going to the chacha's house, uncle's house, he said that he has taken your shilpille. So you go to his house, beta. Go to his house and request your chacha, request your uncle that please, I know you have taken my shilpille, please give me my shilpille back. The zamindar's plan was, if the chacha out of affection gives shilpille to my daughter, then the robbery will be proven that he is behind the robbery because he has got all the loot. So the girl, as soon as she heard that shilpille is in the chacha's house, she got all excited. She ran to her chacha's house, knocked on the door. Chacha opened the house, uncle opened the house. She said, Uncle ji, please give me my shilpille back. I know you have taken my shilpille. Please, it's been a whole day I have not seen my shilpille. Please return my shilpille to me. Please. The chacha, uncle got very angry. Hey, what are you talking? I have not taken a shilpille. Why will I take a shilpille? I have nothing. Because chacha immediately understood that if I give shilpille, everybody will come to know that I have the money and the gold coins and the jewelry also. I am behind the robbery. So I will not give. So no, I have not taken a shilpille. I don't have a shilpille. The girl said, I know shilpille are in your house only. I know shilpille are in your house. Please give them to me. Please give them. She started crying, fell at his feet. Please give. He kicked her. Hey, I don't have anything. Go away. Don't bother me. Go away. Out from here. Go away. But she wouldn't leave his feet. She grabbed her chacha's feet. She said, no, give me. She's hardly 9 or 10 years old now. Please give me my shilpille, give me my shilpille. I will not go unless you give me my shilpille. The chacha was thinking, now everybody is hearing her screaming and crying. All the neighbors came and everybody is watching now what is happening. So the chacha also was kind of worried. How do I get rid of this girl? How do I get rid of my niece? She's not leaving me only. Saying, give me shilpille. She said, okay. Get up. Listen to me. Have you read Mahabharata? She said, yes, I have heard Mahabharata from sadhus who keep coming. Okay. When Draupadi was in distress in Kurusabha, what did Draupadi do? Tell me. So the girl thought. She said she called out to Krishna. Then what happened? Did Krishna come? She said, yes, Krishna came and he saved Draupadi. So then what you should do now? You call your shilpilla. If your shilpilla is here, you came running from your house in the middle of the night. If you call your shilpilla and he's really here, you think he will not come from inside the house? Just call shilpilla. Now the uncle knew nothing is going to happen. The shilpilla is not going to come. He was told, if shilpilla is here, then when you call, he should come. Just like Krishna came when Draupadi called. So you call shilpilla. If he is here, he will come. If he doesn't come, that means he is not in my house. I am not the robber. This was the sinister plan of the uncle. He said, you call shilpilla. But this girl was innocent. She remembered, yes, Draupadi actually called and Krishna came. So my shilpilla, I will come. And she started crying out to shilpilla, please come. Nothing happened. Shilpilla, please come. I am missing you. I want to see you. I want to be with you. Please come, Shilpilla, please come. Nothing happened. Finally, this girl said, oh Shilpilla, she was crying. Oh Shilpilla, did I commit some aparadh to you? All I have in this world is you. You are my best friend. You are my life. You are my soul. You are my everything. Everything I have, I give you. Everything I have, I share with you. Have I ever eaten a morsel since you came in my life without offering to you? I have been chaste to you. I have been loyal and faithful to you. I don't drink even a sip of water without offering it to you. Have I ever gone on any vacation without you? Wherever I go, I take you. Day and night, I am thinking about you, my dear Shilpilla. Therefore, either you immediately come to me or then kill me and let me go to your abode where I can be eternally with you. This was her determination. She gave two choices to Shilpilla. Either you come here right now or you take me to your abode, but I cannot live without you. I can do everything. You can do any punishment. Give me the greatest disease. Give me anything. Give me poverty. But I cannot live without you. I cannot live without you. I cannot tolerate this viraha from you. Just like Maharaj Dhritarashtra prayed in Srimad Bhagavatam. Na nakapishtham, na chaparyamishtham, na sarvabhaumam, na rasadhipatyam, na yoga siddhir apunarbhavam va samanjasatva virahaya kanche. I cannot tolerate viraha from you, my dear Krishna. Please come. Either come or kill me and take me to your abode. As soon as she said that, there was a noise from inside the house, and the door where all the treasure that was stolen and robbed was hidden. The door burst open, and Sakshad Hari, Sakshad Brajendranandan Krishna came running and embraced this girl to his heart to heart embrace, and immediately became Shilpilla, again, stone. Embraced her and then became her Shilpilla in that box. Pitari. She was embracing her Shilpilla, Shilpilla, you have come, you have come, you have come. And the uncle was amazed. He got darshan of Krishna because of this girl. He said, oh, my dear girl, you have delivered the whole dynasty. A whole family is delivered because of you today. And I am so wicked that I kicked you. I made you cry. I lied to you. And not only that, I envy your father so much. I envy my brother so much. I am dveshi. He started repenting. He fell at the lotus feet of his own niece and cried. He said, please forgive my offenses. Please forgive my offenses. You are such a great devotee. Just like Prahlad delivered his family, you have delivered our family, because our family has a beautiful, wonderful, pure devotee like you. Beta, I am the one who ordered the dacoitry. Everything is in my house. All the money, everything is. I will personally take it on my head and give it to your father. So the younger brother, he took everything. He confessed his mistake, begged forgiveness, and became a very loving younger brother to the Zamindar. And the whole enmity was finished. This is one story. Now there is another story. Now a few years went by, and these two girls, they continued their service to Shilpilla. They became marriageable age. So the king said, first I will get my daughter married now. So the daughter was married to another prince from another kingdom. And on the day of the marriage, after the marriage samskar, then the husband and the wife, this girl, the daughter of the king, the princess, and her newlywed husband, they were made to sit in a palki, in a palanquin. And they were going to be taken to the husband's house, the king's house, the husband's house. So it was a journey. It would take 2 days to reach on foot in the palanquin. So they began the journey. There were soldiers, there were army, there were well-wishers, everybody. The whole procession was going with music and Brahmans chanting mantras. They were going. That night, they halted on the banks of a river. The whole party, they camped. And next day morning, they were going to continue their journey to the kingdom of the husband. So this daughter of the king, who was lifelong worshipper of Shilpilla, she was carrying her Shilpilla with her, obviously. And throughout in the palanquin, now the newly wedded husband and wife are sitting in the palanquin. It is covered on all sides. Nobody can see inside. And the prince, he was used to, the best of everything. And he had a nice, beautiful bride. He was expecting that she will look at him and talk to him some sweet words on the journey. But she was sitting like this. She had her veil. She was sitting like this with the Shilpilla box in her hand. And every few minutes she would open, Shilpilla, Shilpilla. Now we have reached the river. Shilpilla, now we are crossing over a mountain. She would be talking to Shilpilla. And she would not even look at this prince, her husband. Not even, kuch bhav nahi de rahi thi. Not even looking at him. And this prince was not used to this. He was used to getting full undivided attention of everyone. His ego got hurt. And he was really angry with this little. He didn't know what the Shilpilla is. He knows nothing about it. What this girl, this bride, is she crazy or something? She's looking at a stone and saying, Shilpilla, Shilpilla. What is wrong with my bride? Did they get me married to some lunatic? He got very angry. Shilpilla, Shilpilla, Shilpilla. At night when they camped, he got so frustrated with his newly wedded wife. He said, everything is because of this stone that she's keeps in this golden little box, and Shilpilla, Shilpilla. At night also she's lying in bed with Shilpilla in front of Shilpilla, Shilpilla. She's talking to Shilpilla. He got so angry, he got up in the middle of the night, picked up that Shilpilla, walked to the bank of the river and threw the Shilpilla deep into the river. This Vaishnavi, this girl, she was aghast. She could not believe what her husband had just done to her. Shilpilla. She started crying. She said, "What did you do? You threw my life away. You threw my Shilpilla. I cannot live without him. He is Krishna. He is the Lord of my life. I cannot live." Just like Mirabai cannot live without her Giridhari. This girl cannot live without her Shilpilla. The princess cannot live without Shilpilla. I cannot live without him. I cannot live without him. Like a mad girl, she ran into the darkness of the night, in the middle of the night, into the river, trying to search for a Shilpilla. Where are you, Shilpilla? Where did you throw my Shilpilla? She started crying. The husband, he immediately realized his grave mistake. What did I do? I didn't know she was so attached to her Shilpilla. I thought once I throw it, she will develop, attraction towards me. Now she will have nobody but me. But she has gone crazy. She's running into the river in the middle of the night. All the soldiers, they came. And this husband, the prince, he ordered that I have thrown a piece of stone in the river. Please go, divers, go and find immediately. Now in the middle of the night, in the darkness, one stone in a river, how can you find? It's impossible. But still, how can you disobey the orders of the king and the prince? So the divers, Gotakhor, they started running, and with mashals, torches, they were trying to find. But first of all, they didn't know who the Shilpilla was, and how could they find? They came back empty-handed, and this girl was crying, and the husband was holding her hand, preventing her from running into the deep water. Shilpilla, Shilpilla, I'm coming, Shilpilla, I'm coming. Where are you? Where are you? You're not able to breathe. It was as if her most beloved was drowning. That was her mood. Urgency. How will my Shilpilla breathe if he's drowned under the water? This is bhav. Bhakti is all about bhav. Bhakti doesn't work on logic, my dear friends. Bhakti doesn't work on logic. If we try to put our logic, oh, this is Krishna, acha, but this murti has got some paint. It is like any paint you buy from a shop and you have painted and you are saying, oh, this is Krishna and Radharani. This is just chemical paint, Baba. This is just a piece of marble. Some sculptor has just chiseled off and made this murti, and you are saying, oh, this is Radha Sham Sundar, this is Radha Madhav, Radha Rasbihari. Come on, let's analyze. It is just a statue. See, if we put such logic, then you can get logic, but you cannot get Krishna. Then Krishna is bhavgrahi. Please understand, my dear friends, bhakti means bhav. Bhakti is everything, all about bhav, bhav and bhav. There is nothing else. Mahaprabhu came to taste Radha, bhav. Bhav grahi Janardhan. Murkho vadati Vishnaye, Dhiras vadati Vishnave. Ubhayoto hi samam punyam, bhava grahi Janardhan. Krishna is bhava grahi. Nothing else grahi. Bhav grahi. It is all about our bhav. If we have bhav that this is Radha, this is Krishna, that's it. Krishna will accept that. Logic doesn't work in bhakti. Analysis doesn't work in bhakti. It's all about bhav. And this girl had the bhav that my Shilpille is drowning. She was going mad. It was an emergency for her. Emergency. She was running. No, leave me, leave me, leave me. Her hand was bleeding. The people were holding her because she didn't know swimming. Her clothes were torn. She was, no, I want to go. My Shilpille is drowning. She was in a state of frenzy. Finally, this husband, he got an idea. He said, wait, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. Wait, stop, stop. Don't be hysterical. Listen to me, listen to me. Have you read Srimad Bhagavatam? I have heard Srimad Bhagavatam. What did Gajendra do when he was drowning in the water? What did Gajendra do? He called out to Krishna. Did Krishna come? Yes, Krishna immediately came. So you call your Shilpilla, he's Krishna, he will come. Call him. And immediately she called out, she said, Shilpilla, I cannot live without you. I cannot live without you. All I'm asking is you come back to me, please. With so much sincerity, she prayed. Shilpilla, I have not asked you for anything. All these years that I have worshipped you. By now, she was around 16, 17 years old. So almost 12 years she had worshipped her Shilpilla. In the last 12 years, have I ever asked you for anything? Never. I promise you, I will never ask you in the future also. All I'm asking is, don't leave me. Because I don't have anyone other than you. I cannot imagine this life without you. Shilpilla, please come back to me. Don't leave me and go. When she cried like this, immediately there was like a tsunami in the river. And Krishna appeared from the river. For Gajendra, he came on Garud. For this girl, Bhaktamal describes, he came from the river, effulgent. The darkness of the night was finished. All the andhakar was gone. When the effulgent form of Krishna came from the river, he immediately came and embraced the girl to his heart. Oh, my dear devotee, I will never leave you. I will never leave you. Embraced and immediately became her Shilpilla again. Immediately became Shilpilla again and entered the box. And she embraced her Shilpilla to her heart. Now see, my dear friends, is Shilpilla one of the bona fide names? Vishnu Sahasranam? No. Gopal Sahasranam? No. It is all about bhav. This girl, both the girls, they made this bhav that Shilpilla is a name of Krishna. Bhava Grahi Janardhan. And Krishna accepted. She didn't say, hey Krishna, please come. She said, hey Shilpilla, please come. And Krishna came. This is Bhakti, my dear friends. Bhakti has no boundaries. Bhakti is beyond logic. Bhakti is beyond rules. We have to have faith in the words of our guru, of our acharyas. The sannyasi said, this is Shaligram Shila. Sannyasi said, name is Shilpilla. Bas. Satyam vidhatum nija bhritya bhashitam. Krishna will make the words of his devotee come true. So we need guru and we need shraddha. That's all. We need bhav. That's all. If we have guru and we have bhav, our life is successful. 100% successful. We have nothing to fear. So this was the message I wanted to give, because in Sri Caitanya Bhagavat we are reading that seeing the sincere effort of the Brahman, how sincerely he had cooked, Krishna decided, Gauranga Mahaprabhu decided, who was in that house playing the role of a small little boy, and seeing the lifelong dedication, devotion of this Brahman, how he had given up everything and just traveling, speaking Krishna Katha and worshipping his Gopal. Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu decided, today I will give him darshan. Today Gaur Gopal will give him darshan. So this was one story I thought will add some meaning to this pastime, and tomorrow Kirtida Sundari Mataji will continue this pastime ahead in Sri Caitanya Bhagavat. With this, it is 12 o'clock. I would like to stop. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Caitanya Bhagavat ki jai. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Mahashay ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. Bhakta Vatsal Sham Sundar Bhagwan ki jai. Hare Krishna
ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much for such a fabulous class. It was very relatable. Prabhu, I had a couple of questions or comments. The first question is, from the story, it is pretty evident that Bhav supersedes everything. Okay, and even the shilas that was given by the sannyasi were not really shilas, but Krishna decided to manifest inside the shila, right? So my question is, sometimes, we do have deities at home. They may or may not be properly installed, meaning like install again, or welcome, I would say, because at home anyhow you welcome them. So they may or may not be properly welcomed, but we see that eventually with time, say about a few years of constant service, there is a strong feeling of Krishna's presence in that deity form. So is this valid then, even if they are not properly welcomed? What does Shastra say? I mean, I believe Shastra should say, yes, it depends on the power, and the deity is obliged to come and be present in that form that the devotee sincerely requests the deity to come. So can you comment on this? That is one thing. And the second thing was a comment that, yes, it did remind me, or even the name Shilpilla reminded me of the pastime of Sripad Ramanujacharya getting the deities of, the ones. He's also called as Chalapillai. Pillai, again, is a very common word in many languages for child. And Challa was like something was very dear. So how he got the deities in Yadavagiri in Mandya district in Karnataka. So very similar story of how he requests the deity to come and sit on his lap, and the deity starts walking from the Sultan's palace and comes and sits on his lap. So it was very relatable in that way too. So lots of parallels. So thank you so much, but please answer my first question, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So if a deity is not pratishtha, is established based on the principles mentioned in the Shastra, like Narad, Pancharatra, and the Tantra Shastras, which describe the method of deity worship and deity installation. Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami also has described the paddhati, how a deity is to be installed, and there are technical details mentioned in the Shastra. And what we do in ISKCON, Grahasthas especially, we get deity from Shri Vrindavan Dham or Shri Jagannath Puri Dham or Shri Mayapur Dham, and we dress them nicely, we bathe them with Panchamrit, we invite devotees, we do Harinam Sankirtan. So the question is, are they really Krishna? And the answer is yes. And the proof is when Shri Shri Krishna Balram Mandir, when the deity installation was going on, Srila Prabhupada himself said that the real installation of Radha Shyam Sundar, Krishna Balram and Gaur Nitai happened when the devotees did 24-hour kirtan. Srila Prabhupada himself said, when the devotees did 24-hour kirtan, that was the real installation of the deities. Naham tishtami vaikunthe yoginam hridayeshu va yatra gayanti mad bhakta tatra tishtami narada. So there are two margs. There is Pancharatriki marg and there is Bhagavat marg. Srila Prabhupada explains this in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. There is Pancharatriki vidhi and there is Bhagavat vidhi. And in a lecture in 1976 or 1975, whenever that visit was of Srila Prabhupada to New Vrindavan, when Srila Prabhupada for Janmashtami, Srila Prabhupada went to New Vrindavan and he stayed for his next day for his Vyas Puja also. 1975 or 1976, I think it was 1976. You can look it up. Srila Prabhupada went to New Vrindavan. In that visit, Srila Prabhupada gave one lecture in New Vrindavan entitled Pancharatriki Vidhi and Bhagavat Vidhi. And in that, Srila Prabhupada explains that Pancharatriki Vidhi and Bhagavat Vidhi are like the two tracks of a railway. Two tracks of a railway. Both are essential. Both are required. We cannot completely neglect the Pancharatriki Vidhi, and we at the same time cannot just stick to Pancharatriki Vidhi and neglect Bhagavat Vidhi. Both are required. Pancharatriki Vidhi means all the rules and regulations of deity worship. And Bhagavat Vidhi means Harinam Sankirtan, Krishna Kirtan, Krishna Katha. But of the two, Srila Prabhupada says, both are required. But of the two, if we have to prioritize one, it is Bhagavat Vidhi. Because that whole chapter talks about Bhagavat Dharma. Bhagavat Vidhi is more important. And in Kali Yuga, it is not through complicated mantras and mudras and tantras, but it is through Harinam Sankirtan. Kriteya dhyayato Vishnum tretayam edato makhai dvapare paricharyayam Kalau tad Hari Kirtanad. Everything is there in Hari Kirtan. So if we have a deity at home and we are singing Gaur Arti, we are singing Samsara Dava, we are singing Tulsi Arti, we are singing Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we are singing Hari Haraya Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namah, then yes, Mad Bhakta Yatra Gayanti Tatra Tishtami Narada. Hari Sadavase Tatra Yatra Bhāgavata Jana Gayanti Bhakti Bhavena Hare Namayava Kevalam. Shri Nilakantha Goswami also confirms this. Hari Sada Vase Tatra. Hari always lives in that place where Hari Sada Vase Tatra Yatra Gayanti Mad Bhakta. Gayanti Bhakti Bhavena Hare Namayava Kevalam. With devotion, wherever we devotees are coming and singing, that is where Krishna is present. So certainly, even though the formal Pran Pristhapana has not been done, that is not done because once that is done, then we have to follow certain standards. The deities have to wake up exactly at 4:30. The deities have to be offered Aarti exactly at a particular time. Their bhoga must be offered, Naivedya must be offered at a particular time only. And that also a particular number of items should be there. Not just we just offer just some fruits or some hot milk. There's nothing today. No. So those standards are followed in ISKCON in the temples. Now, should the Grihasthas be bereft of the chance to worship Shri Vigraha? No. Therefore, this facility is given that we will not do Prana Pratisthapana, so that in case we are not able to do that, Seva Aparadha is not happening. But we should take all precautions to serve to the maximum capacity we have and with sincerity. And Krishna 100% accepts it. There is no doubt. And we can say this on the authority of our Puranic literature. This verse, I don't remember, is it from Adi Puran? Where Krishna says that, "O Narad Muni, I am there," or is it Padma Puran? One of the Puranas. In our Puranic literature, this verse is there, that Yatra Gayanti Mad Bhakta Tatra Tishtami Narada. Then our Nilakantha Goswami in Kevalashtakam, he writes, Hari Sada Vaset Tatra. And then Srila Prabhupada himself said that the real installation took place in Krishna Balram Mandir when the devotees did Harinam Sankirtan with such sincerity. So based on Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, we can prove that these deities that we have, who may not have undergone the full Prana Pratisthapana Vidhi, still they are fully present in their form as Gaur Nitai, as Radhesham, and they're accepting our service. And as far as Sadhu is concerned, we told Shastra and Guru, Srila Prabhupada. I will tell you one last story about Shastra also, about Sadhu also, how our Sadhus are saying that they are Sakshat Bhagwan. I have heard from one Vrindavan Sadhu, a very great Vaishnava, this story. I don't know what is a Shastric reference, but this is a story commonly told in Shri Vrindavan Dham, that there was a devotee. He wanted Diksha from a Vrajvasi who lived at Radhakund. Very badly, he wanted Diksha because this devotee was very great. I don't remember the exact story, but he really wanted Diksha. And many times he approached the Guru, that Gurudev, Diksha do, give me Diksha, give me Diksha. Guru would ask his followers, and the followers said, no, he has not studied Shastra, he is not qualified for Diksha. So no. But this person was a fool, but he had full faith in this one Guru. He knew that this Guru is a pure devotee, and if I get mantra from him, if I chant that mantra, my life will be successful. That faith he had, but he didn't know different shastras. He didn't know how to speak. He didn't know how to wear dhoti and how to put tilak. All those finer things he did not know, and because of that, his diksha was being rejected. So he would sit and he would hear the Harikatha of the sadhu, and he would constantly try to live just outside the ashram of the sadhu. And he saw the dincharya of the sadhu. Every time the sadhu was surrounded by his disciples, and this person could not approach him to ask for diksha, because always there was a layer of bodyguards of disciples. Moment they would see him, they would say, go away, not today, go away, you are not qualified. So he was thinking, how can I get a one-to-one audience with my Guru Maharaj? Because I know Guru Maharaj will not reject me. These disciples of his are rejecting, but Guru Maharaj will not reject me because the Guru knows my heart. I am so sincere. I want Guru. I don't want anybody else. So if only for one moment I can get a one-on-one time with Guru, I will request for Diksha. So when can I get Guru alone? He realized that the only time Guru is alone is when he goes to answer call of nature in the forest. Those days there are no bathrooms. So the Guru would take his lota and alone he would go behind the trees to answer nature's call. So he thought that is when I should catch Guru. So this devotee, he was hiding. He knew the place where the Guru used to go to answer nature's call. So one day the Guru really had to go to nature's call. So he told his disciples, you all wait, I'll go answer nature's call and come. There naturally he used to go alone. So very quickly he went. And as he was about to sit down, this bhakta, he jumped out from behind a tree and said, Gurudev, give me Diksha. Give me Diksha now. Guru said, are you crazy? I have come here to answer nature's call. You are asking for Diksha. Hey, go away. Says, Gurudev, please give me Diksha. He said, okay, you come in the evening. Come to the ashram, I'll give you. This is not the time. I have come to answer nature's call. Come in the evening. Then we'll see. No, Gurudev, your disciples will not let me come in the evening. This is the only chance. Give me Diksha, right? Guru said, I have got urge. I have to answer nature's call. You go. Come later. I will give you Diksha. No, Gurudev, give me Diksha now. He fell at the feet of the Gurudev. Gurudev, give me Diksha now only. I want now. Please, there is no other chance. Give me now. What if I die? Give me Diksha now. Finally, the Guru said, Arey, hat gapochan. Oh, chal, go away from here. Just like, Arey, hat gapochan. Chal, go away from here. So he thought that the Guru is giving me the mantra. Hat gapochan. So, mil gaya, Gurudev, I got the mantra. Because he was very innocent. I got the mantra. Thank you. He offered his obeisances to Gurudev and ran away. Hat gapochan. Guru said, hat gapochan. Chal, go from here. And he thought that is a mantra. And he chanted. That one mantra, he sat in Vrindavan, chanted. And Krishna in Golok Vrindavan told his associates, today let us go and bring this devotee back home, back to Godhead, back to Golok Vrindavan. So the devotee said, but he's not even chanting your name. He's chanting Had Gapochan. What is that? That is not even your name. Priti Vilasini Mataji, you know what Krishna said? Krishna said, no, that is my name. And it is my name only in Vrindavan. And it is a very confidential name. Even y'all don't know. And then Krishna tells his associates a story. Krishna said, one day when I was a small child and I used to steal butter in the homes of the gopis, one day, this was my favorite gopi. I used to go in her house because she used to make makhan butter number 2. Number 1 is Yashoda Maiya. No one can compare to Yashoda Maiya. But this gopi was number 2. She used to make very nice butter. So I used to love to go to her house and steal butter. One day I went and to test me, she tied the butter on the ceiling. So we made a human pyramid, all the gopas, and I climbed and I was eating, relishing that butter. When suddenly from behind the wall, she came with a stick in her hand and said, hey, pakad liya. Today I have caught you, Krishna, red-handed. And suddenly all my friends ran away and I was hanging from that pot, from the ceiling. All my friends, they ran away. The human pyramid disappeared and I was left there hanging, caught red-handed by this gopi, elder gopi. And she was standing, laughing at me. Today I have caught you. So I looked at her hanging. I said, caught what? She said, I have caught you stealing butter in my house. At that time, Krishna is saying, I told her, your house? I thought this is my house. The gopi said, no, this is my house. Oh, I'm so sorry, Gopi. I thought this is my house. I didn't know. If I knew this was your house, then I would not have taken butter. I thought this is my house. So, sorry, I got bewildered. I got confused. I thought this is my house. So, the Gopi, Acha, okay, even if this was your house, the Gopi is telling me, even if this was your house, why are you stealing butter like this, like a monkey? Look how you're hanging like a monkey, how monkeys hang from the branches of a tree. You're hanging. Why are you stealing like a monkey? So Krishna said, I told the Gopi that no. I saw a big row of ants climbing on the wall and going into the butter pot. And I tried to save, I thought this is my house. I tried to save Mother Yashoda's butter because she labors so hard to produce this butter and the ants were eating. So I tried to protect the butter from the ants. So that's why I climbed and was trying to shoo away the ants. Acha, you're trying to shoo away the ants? Then why is there butter in your mouth? So, oh, when I was shooing away the ants, some ants went on my hand and then they started entering my mouth and nose and started tickling me because I was trying to shoo them away. So to move them away from my mouth, I did like this. So all the butter got wiped to my face, and that's why I was not eating butter. Chal hat Gapochan. That Gopi told me that time, Chal hat Gapochan, you're making up stories. Come now, come. And she took me down from the ceiling and I ran away. So once that Gopi had called me Chal hat Gap, when I was making up stories, she said Chal hat Gapochan. From that day, I accepted that Chal hat Gapochan as my name. And this devotee has been chanting Chal hat Gapochan. And therefore, he is chanting my name and I accept it. And let's bring him back to Golok Vrindavan. Hari Bol. So this is Krishna. He's Bhāvgrahi. He's Bhāvgrahi. So I hope this answers your question, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada. So I think Mataji is not there, but anyway, we will stop here. It's late, almost 12:30. In India also it is late. So we'll stop here. Thank you very much, dear devotees.